Pet owners, this one's for you. Hey everybody, it's Zamora with PMZ Real Estate here in Northern California, and today I want to talk about things you might want to pay attention to when you're buying a home and you have pets. So if you have a pet, or if you're thinking about a pet once you get a home, there are some things that you might want to think about when buying the home, because pets can be really rough on a house. So keeping in mind certain aspects of a house that would genuinely not probably come into the forefront of your mind if you're not thinking about it in the terms of your animals and you're just thinking about it yourself. I'm just going to give a couple quick tips of things you might want to look out for, one being a pet owner myself, because I can see the damage all my pets do. I have an enormous amount of pets. Anything that is contained in a cage and all that sort of stuff really doesn't affect the house. However, things like puppy dog paws and claws and all that sort of stuff can cause some damage. So here's a couple of tips that you might want to look out for. First, look at the flooring that you have. This is a huge one, and it's not really something a lot of people I notice think about. A lot of people, when they're looking for their homes and they have animals, will think of the animal space that it'll be, mainly backyards and their dogs. Obviously, if you have dogs, you want some space for them to do their business outside, and that's all well and good. Perfectly something to think about. But you also want to think about when the animal's on the inside too. For example, my house, the whole bottom floor is tile, which is great because on those windy, rainy, stormy days, the dogs will track in mud. And I don't force them to stay outside. My dogs are in my house pretty much majority of the time. They just go outside to go pee, or if they want to hang out outside, which is rare because they're indoor dogs. They're spoiled. But their floor will get super muddy, super messy, all that sort of stuff. The same way it would be if us humans would be tracking in and out. It gets on their paws, it gets on their feet. They come in, they come out. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it's just a part of, weather and all that sort of stuff. I don't live somewhere where it snows, but I'm assuming snow would probably have the same problem, or sand also has the same problem. So just keep that in mind. A lower level that would be completely carpeted would probably have a lot more deterioration in the flooring. Carpet holds gunk a lot. I am not a fan of carpet. I used to be before I started being a homeowner. And it's just, carpet can get really nasty. The pad can get really nasty and all that sort of stuff. So if you have a lower level that is carpeted, you might want to think about maybe replacing it, or maybe putting down area rugs that can be replaced a little bit easier due to the dirt and debris and all that sort of stuff that's going to be tracked in. Another thing to think about is, this goes back to the carpet, upper levels, areas where the animals will be around and all that sort of stuff can be dirty. If you're one of those people who don't really care and you replace carpet, it's no big deal, and that's fine. It's just keep in mind that might be an extra expense. Another thing to think about if your pets are really your babies, and I say this about humans too, is think about mobility issues when you get a little older. If you have a house with stairs, it might be a little hard for them when they get older, and they might have arthritis and all that sort of stuff to get up and down the stairs. I have a pit bull, and she's getting older. We've had her for probably close to 10 years now. And one of the breed's problems is hip problems and arthritis and stuff like that. And I can see it going up the stairs. She's still pretty spry. She's not like geriatric or anything, but I can see it. And I'm like, okay, eventually I'm going to have to make it to where they have comfortable spaces on the bottom of the stairs and they don't have to go up and down. All the bedrooms in my house are upstairs. So they want to be upstairs with us at night. But they can be downstairs. They don't have a problem with that as long as they have their beds and their comfort area. So keep that in mind when you are shopping for a home. If you don't like the idea, or if your pets have, separation anxiety, or they just won't be away from you at certain points in the day or certain times, like at night or something like that, keep in mind that they might not be able to make it up and down stairs for their entire life. So either you're going to have to carry them, and I can't carry my 100-pound pit bull up the stairs. But if it's a smaller dog, it probably wouldn't be a problem. But keep in mind that they are going to age, just like we do. And you might want to find an alternative, or maybe look at a certain style of home so it's not an issue that you have to worry about at some point in time. Another tip I have for you is, if you're the type of pet parent who likes to walk your doggies or your animals, make sure that the neighborhood that you are looking at has walkable space. And what I mean by that is, are the sidewalks well maintained? Does it look like it's an area that you would be comfortable walking in with your animal? Obviously, having dogs and stuff adds a little bit of security, but if you're not really feeling comfortable walking the area in the first place, maybe you should move there. Just saying. Keep an eye out. Is there a dog park nearby? Do they have space where you can let them off leash or not? Is this, safe and welcoming for people with pets, for people who walk their animals? Sometimes neighborhoods aren't very keen and don't have very good walking spaces, aren't very safe. So that's another thing to keep in mind, and just keep an eye out when you're looking at the property. Does it have space for your dog to go outside with you? So the last little tip that I have for you is one that really nobody really pays attention to when they're looking for a house with their animals, and that is the HOA or CC&Rs of the area might restrict how many animals you are allowed to have. Even though it is your house and you own it, you are part of this community, part of this membership kind of situation. And when you buy a property within that community, you are agreeing to their terms of service, so to say. So you have to follow their rules and regulations. And sometimes those rules and regulations will include how many animals and how your property can look and be. So keep that in mind, and definitely ask your realtor if there's something in your CC&Rs, if you have a property that you're looking at in an HOA that might involve animals, or what type of animals you are allowed. Certain places in certain areas and communities will allow for some livestock animals, such as chickens or maybe a goat or something like that. So you really want to know, while you're looking at the property, before you get into contract and all that sort of stuff, if you will be allowed to have certain animals. Have some money laying around and want some ideas on how to fix up parts of your home for sale? Go ahead and click this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.